Marvel fans, we've got some hyped up stuff to talk about in this video. Some insiders just revealed the new plan from Kevin Feige when it comes to the Young Avengers. So I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about some updates about Wonder Man, his role in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And at the end of the video, I want to talk specifically about why I think this new plan that Kevin Feige has for the Young Avengers is a good move. Let's go! I've been pretty vocal about how I didn't want the Young Avengers and how all the projects that were supposedly setting up the Young Avengers have failed to add any enthusiasm to that team or the particular characters that would show up in that team. And that's still true. However, this is a new plan. It ties to Doctor Doom, Scarlet Witch, really interesting things. So I want to talk about why I think it's actually good. Now, first up, I do want to say a lot of this is coming from Alex Perez and the Cosmic Circus. This is the part 3 to their November question and answer that they do via their Discord. And the first thing that Alex talked about in the Q&A has to do with the Thunderbolts and the asterisk that is by it. Alex is on record saying that he thinks the asterisk means New Avengers, and he doubles down on that in this article, explaining that, yeah, the Thunderbolts are absolutely going to be a part of Avengers Doomsday, and it'll be hilarious that Sam is trying to build up the New Avengers via Captain America Brave New World, and yet Bucky is going to steal the name of the New Avengers and give it to this team, the Thunderbolts. And an added extra very weird but hilarious aspect of this is that the dime store Captain America, John Walker, he's on a team called the New Avengers with Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. So Cap, you know, the actual Cap in Sam Wilson, is going to be pissed about that. So that's kind of funny, kind of cool. And it also indicates this reality in which Doomsday is going to have a lot of different characters that are currently being set up, like in Captain America Brave New World and in the Thunderbolts film, and they're going to be earthbound, dealing with all sorts of craziness as Doom attempts to take over the entire multiverse. It's a little bit unclear as to what aspect of Doom's plan will keep all of these different teams occupied. A lot of people think it's going to be maybe King Thanos, maybe the Maestro Hulk, you know, maybe it's Doom's Illuminati or Doom's version of the Avengers. But either way, that's going to be a big freaking deal. I think Doom is going to require a couple of different things in Doomsday, like the 10 rings, potentially some anchor beings, maybe the freaking Bengals as well. Who knows exactly? But just like in Infinity War, we're going to see a lot of the established teams and characters that are already in the Marvel Cinematic Universe fighting against villains that work for Doctor Doom. And one of the characters that's going to be in Doomsday and potentially in Secret Wars as well is Wonder Man. Now, all Alex says is that apparently Wonder Man is scheduled to show up in the next Avengers films, and it will be interesting to see where his story goes there. And I suppose this makes it more meaningful to watch the Wonder Man show, and it's kind of interesting because Destin Daniel Crichton was going to be the director of Avengers 5 back when it was called the Kang Dynasty, and he's like the showrunner and the producer of the Wonder Man show. Now, look, I've been on record saying I don't know about this Wonder Man show. It doesn't look very good to me. I have no idea why we're doing this with this particular character. But Wonder Man in the comics is a really interesting character, and he's also really freaking powerful, man. Like, he's almost at a Hyperion Century Blue Marvel level of strength. Wonder Man is incredibly powerful. And maybe that's the sole reason that they are bringing Wonder Man into the Doomsday movie and into Secret Wars, because it seems like Doom is going to have some serious heavy hitters on his side, like perhaps a King Thanos, a Maestro Hulk, evil versions of Captain America. Like, we don't know for sure, but the rumors are looking pretty wild when it comes to Doom and his generals or lieutenants or his group. So you're going to have Wonder Man hanging out in those movies. Not really sure what to expect there. I guess it technically makes me a little bit more interested in the Wonder Man show. And if Marvel wants to do stuff with Wonder Man after Secret Wars, they better make him have some absolutely epic moments in the next 2 Avengers films. Okay, but now let's talk Young Avengers. So a lot of people asked Alex about the Young Avengers. He talked about how currently Kamala is still recruiting the Young Avengers. We see that in one of the post-credit scenes for the Marvel. He also talks about the fact that Carol desperately wants to get to the universe where Monica is at, and that is an X-Men universe. At least as far as we understand it, that is a universe with Charles Xavier and Beast and the X-Men. Alex also reports that he has heard that America Chavez is supposed to have a role in the Avengers movies, probably because of her ability to travel from universe to universe. And so as the multiverse is collapsing and there are multiple incursions happening where universes are perhaps going away forever, America Chavez is probably going to be the way that the Young Avengers are able to jump into that universe to save Monica and bring her back home. Now, this part's really important. Alex is specifically asked about whether the Young Avengers movie or project will be saved from one of the first movies after Secret Wars. And what Alex says here is they will probably meet up during the Avengers films and team up there before heading out into their own solo project. A part of these films, I'm hearing, will be looking to adapt the Children's Crusade comic, so we'll see how that goes. Now, that is absolutely epic. This is something we've been speculating about, the rumors about Wanda teaming up with Doom, the Agatha show itself setting up Billy Kaplan, aka Wicked, and then setting up Tommy. I feel like the evidence has been there for a long time that yes, there's going to be an adaptation of Children's Crusade in the Avengers film. But what is maybe less obvious, but is also freaking awesome as hell, is that this indicates that the next Young Avengers thing is not going to be a TV show. It's not going to be a movie. It's going to be a subplot in the Avengers movies. And frankly, this is a way better idea because focusing on Children's Crusade, linking the Young Avengers to Doctor Doom, probably via the Scarlet Witch and her cosmic abilities, maybe her Nexus being thing, that is a way better idea than making a solo Young Avengers thing. But before I get too far into the speculation of why this new plan for the Young Avengers is so cool, let's talk about what is actually happening with the Children's Crusade. In the Children's Crusade comic, there is a moment where Wanda Maximoff, after House of M, has vanished. Nobody knows where she's at. And yet her children, Billy and Tommy, are out there looking for her. And when they find her, she is with Doctor Doom. And the reality is, Wanda Maximoff is looking for Doctor Doom to help her to bring her children back and to undo some of the deaths that she caused during House of M. The idea was Doctor Doom and the Scarlet Witch working together to tap into the Life Force or the Enigma Force and to basically undo the damage that Wanda did during the House of M. Now, Alex has already talked about how what is going on with Wanda and Doom is about her redemption for what Wanda did when she was tapped into the Darkhold magic during Multiverse of Madness. And there is mounting evidence that what RDJ's Doctor Doom is going to be doing is going to characters like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, like Wanda Maximoff's Scarlet Witch, and Doom will be offering them a chance to undo the twisted reality that they are currently living in. Spider-Man has cast that spell. He lost his aunt. He did all this stuff and caused a ton of damage in the timeline. He lost his girlfriend. He lost his friends. Nobody knows who Peter Parker is. And I think Doom is going to offer to Peter a chance for a completely new life, one in which he's not even Spider-Man, one in which he's just Peter Parker, and he has all the things, including his aunt, his girlfriend, his friends, all the things that he truly desires. And I think the same will be true for the Scarlet Witch. Doom will offer to Wanda the ability to undo all the mistakes that she made when she was connected to the Darkhold and recreate reality where she's with her children, she's with Vision, she's just living a better version of the life that she is currently living. And the way this will manifest in the Avengers films is likely going to be Wanda and Doom working together. Doom's going to basically make Wanda and convince Wanda to go along with his plan. But then Wanda's actual children and perhaps the real Vision and perhaps even Wonder Man will be seeking out Wanda, and they will be the sort of moral fiber that will probably convince Wanda to turn on Doctor Doom and to set the reality back, to not have this new reality that's fake but gives her everything she wants, but instead just live with your mistakes and have a proper reality out there. Okay, so that's probably what's going to happen in Avengers, Doomsday, and in Secret Wars. I've talked about this before, but now let me explain why this is such a good way to do Young Avengers. The old trajectory for Young Avengers was going to just be all of these children of the Avengers teaming up and then doing probably some kind of movie or some kind of a show. And the problem with that is that we don't have a lot of the tools that are needed to actually set up Children's Crusade or some of the really cool things that even happen in the Young Avengers. For instance, the Young Avengers deal with Iron Lad, a variant of Kang that hasn't become Kang yet, that is messing with time, trying to not become Kang the Conqueror. And obviously, that's not going to work now because Marvel's trying to go away from Kang. The Children's Crusade also deals with the fact that Billy and Tommy look like little Magnetos, and the Avengers and the X-Men are at odds for what to do with these children. The X-Men are actually hella pissed that these two are out there because if Wiccan is anything like his mom, then he can threaten the entirety of mutant kind. Oh, and also his mom destroyed all of the mutants, so they kind of seek justice for that against the children. But obviously, we don't have the freaking mutants properly. We don't have Magneto. We don't have any of that baggage in the current version of the MCU. So the old plan for the Young Avengers was just not going to work, guys. It wasn't gonna work. This new plan connects to Doctor Doom and to Wanda, two of the most popular characters in all of Marvel. And so by doing that and by folding the Young Avengers plot into these next two Avengers films, you give it a chance to actually be cool. You give it a chance for fans to actually appreciate these characters and what they are doing. And it is possible that we get more Young Avengers after Secret Wars because fans will actually grow to appreciate them a little bit more because of the next two Avengers movies. This is more of a Marvel Comics logic. Like, it's way easier to sell the Young Avengers when you throw the actual Avengers and the X-Men and Doctor Doom into their big epic story. And so therefore, I truly believe that building up these characters in the next two Avengers movies with Doctor Doom and possibly with other mutants involved too, with that Fox world and things like that, man, that's just a way better plan for the Young Avengers. So I know some people are still like, Young Avengers, I don't want it. I'm telling you, this is the best way that we could get it. I'm actually excited to see how this shakes out in Doomsday and in Secret Wars. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.